Hello, I am Berend Gort from the company Nearby Computing. I'm from the Department of AI Research, and today I will be presenting to you a demo about the cognitive framework, where we use this framework to deploy some state-of-the-art time series forecasters. A time series forecaster is when you send it, for example, some CPU data, and then it returns some predictions. This is all deployed as a microservice, and this is a part of the Verge Work Package 5 deliverable 2.2, the Edge for AI platform. So what is the cognitive framework? Here we have a scenario where we have a production setup with the cognitive framework used. As for me, I'm a machine learning engineer, but I could be working in parallel to data scientists and deep learning engineers, or other colleagues interested in uploading models and serving models. It's possible through the Cogflow library to then, through your coding, upload a model into the cognitive framework, and which then uploads that to a tracking server. From the tracking server, experimental results are saved and recorded to a PostgreSQL database. Also, at the same time, the artifacts, like the model weights, are stored to an S3 bucket. If you want a server model, you can also do that with the Cogflow library, where you can identify an experiment by looking at the experiment values, and then pull a model from the S3 storage. The cognitive framework packages the model and then deploys it in any particular manner the user wants. So now we will log into the environment, and here we arrive in the high row overview, Edge Micro Data Centers, where we have home with all quick shortcuts, some notebooks, work areas, run experiments, experiments with KFP, pipelines, like pipeline runs, and maybe some recurring runs, also volumes, tensor boards for data analytics, and an MLflow section. And now we will go to the notebooks, and here we find our work environment, which is called the MByCog code, and we will start this server. Now the notebook has started and we can connect to it. Now we will shortly go over the code. All of this other redundant code is the model and the experiment, the input data, and some utility functions. Here you can see the attention, decoder, embedder, encoder. But that's not very significant. What's significant is this file, run Cogflow server. As you can see, it imports Cogflow as CF, and if we Ctrl F CF throughout the document, we use the Cogflow library internally throughout this experiment to log the experiment, to set the experiment name, to start the run, to log some hyperparameters of this model, to log some metrics. Let's see what else. And of course to finally infer the model signature, which means that we later on know how to send inference requests to the model and to log the model into the cognitive framework. Then we have some exception, and then we have a couple of pipeline functions, and in order to show that, I'll first go to the end, and here is the complete pipeline. Basically it exists. This is the Cogflow pipeline called Informer pipeline, where we integrate the Informer time series forecasting pipeline. Step 1, pre-process, data cleaning, data downloading, data conversion. Step 2, training task, where we input the output of the pre-process task, and finally use the train task to serve the model into an inference microservice. We create a Cogflow client and then we run the full pipeline. Before in the code, these individual larger functions are defined, and I will not go into them. Simply to run this, we go Python 3 run Cogflow server.py, enter. Then we go back to the interface. We can take a look at runs, where now our Informer pipeline has appeared, and we can take a look at the pipeline. The individual microservices for each function are being spun up and executed. In a later stage, we will see the successful execution of the pipeline. As you can see, the individual steps, pre-processing, training and serving, all executed in sequence. And this means now we have an Informer living in this environment, which is ready to serve some inference. For example, some API request about some resource usage of some containers or Edge or Fog servers. That will be all. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed the demo. Bye.